Hello everyone, my name is Clayton Dalton with Bear Creek AI. Today I'm going to be showing you the weldingXpert app within our knowledgeXpert app store. So I've logged into knowledgeXpert here and I'm going to expand my sidebar and go to App Store. Now the App Store is where you can locate Bear Creek apps and knowledge bases that we provide. And if we go to the apps section, either on the left side or by clicking apps, we scroll down to weldingXpert. Now, weldingXpert is created to help you create welding procedure specifications. It streamlines the process of developing compliant welding procedures with AI guidance. So we can click this icon here and we'll open up weldingXpert for us. I'm going to create a new app document first in the left sidebar here, creating, and we'll simply get a message here which prompts us for the first piece of information. Now, this is our standard app format here. You can see this app is weldingXpert, and then we have our document over here on the right side. The first thing I do before I get started is I'm going to name this document. I'm going to click on my hamburger icon and click rename, and I'll rename it to demo doc. All right, great. Now we've renamed our document, and we can see it says, welcome. To help you create a welding procedure, please tell me what materials are being joined, what is the joint type, and what's the welding position. Now, the weldingXpert is going to walk you through several of these questions and fill out information in the form as you go. But not only that, it is also going to recommend procedures based on what pre-qualified welds it can find. And if it's not a pre-qualified weld, it will inform you of that and guide you through the process of qualifying your weld. Some of the fields that we need to fill out are things like the header information, base metals information, base metal thickness, joint details, post-weld help, heat treatment, and procedure. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the first one here, which is A36 is the material. We'll just choose that for now. We're going to do a butt joint, and we're going to do flat weld. Now it's going to fill these things in and likely ask me some follow-up questions as I go to try and learn some more about what the weld I want to perform is. So it says ASTM A36 butt joint flat weld is a pre-qualified scenario under AWS D1.1. I filed in both base metals as ASTM A36 Group 1. So let's just take a look at this statement. It says I filled in both base metals. So if we go down to base metals now, we can see our base material specification, ASTM A36. A36 is the type of grade, and the AWS group number is Group 1. Great. Now ask me about the welding process we want to use, and etc. So what I'm going to do is pause the video and fill out some more of this information, and then we will download our form and show you what that looks like. Great, you can now see that we have filled out most of the required fields in this welding procedure. I said suggest a default and do the same for all other values relating to the other fields in this document, okay? So this is part of the power here in the weldingXpert is not only can you tell it what to fill out manually, but it can also suggest values. So let's look at this weld. We filled out our header information, our base materials, A36 Group 1, base metal thickness, CGP groove wells, 1 inch. Our joint details, single V, 1/4 inch opening, root face, 1/8 of an inch with a little sketch here. And then we've also provided our welding procedure, which is the most important part of this document, showing our root pass, our fill pass, and our cap pass with the recommended process, filler material, diameter, preheat temperature, interpass temperature, current, amps, volts, travel speed, etc. Now, any of these one values we can ask the model to fill or change if we want to update something, and it will update the rest of the document as we go. But you can see the power of this weldingXpert here. Next stage, we can download the PDF by clicking this PDF button here at the top right. So let's do that. And it will give us the option to add the document to a knowledge base. Now this is super powerful because we can make knowledgeXpert the system of record for all of our welding procedures. We can share that knowledge base with other users within our team, And we can also go back and query those welding procedures to see what our previous procedures are and use that to inform new procedures. So we could do that if we select here. I'm going to skip that with this button. And we've now have our download, which is demo doc, because that's the title, plus our welding procedure unique number. And this is what that document looks like right here. Again, we have the title, the app created by this email, created at this date, with our header, base metal thickness, joint details, etc., and then our procedure here at the bottom. So again, we can go through and ask for any edits, create a new document, and in general, ask queries about the values within this welding procedure if we need to refine something. But this gives you a basic idea of how to use the weldingXpert within the knowledgeXpert application. Again, just go to App Store, scroll down to weldingXpert right here, and give it a shot. Thank you very much.